Yeah, no, they're great. I'm just curious. Do you guys sell customizable condoms as well? Well, no, I'm thinking about it though. I was thinking, hello, hello. Well, shit. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. I am super excited
to have you. Yeah, the sound was weird. I fixed it. Yeah. I was not mowing. Thanks for being here, guys. This is Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. And the mic is plugged in all the way. Look, I have the mic on. Is the audio working now? Is it better? Thank you. Yeah, look, I was from the stream that I did this weekend on Twitch. It's all fixed now. You guys shut up. It should be fixed now. It should be okay. Happy to be here. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys rested and drank and had sex, if that's what you're into, with yourself or somebody else. It doesn't matter. Listen, here's what we're going to do this week, guys. No guest. I'm going solo all week. Solo dolo, as somebody said. It's become a fucking nightmare to try to get people to respond to me on a timely manner for guests. And I know some of you volunteered. Listen, I pick my guest wisely, all right? You guys seem to be some of you I know feel like you would make a great guest. And then the lights go on and you have to be entertaining for an entire hour, and so do I. It's difficult, all right? So while I love you all and I would love to have all of you be a guest, it probably won't happen, all right? Now, I'm not opposed to bringing on a deckhead every now and then, but you better be listen, you better have a compelling story, and it better be entertaining for an entire fucking hour. Because we still have a show. We still have to provide an entertaining product. Now, my goal is to do that by myself all week. We're just going to see how this goes. I do it on Tuesdays. You guys seem to like Tuesdays. So we're going to see how this goes all week. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I did see in the chat that some of you are like, hey, I like the guest. I like our interviews. I think they should only be 30 minutes. This, that, and the other. There's no pleasing everybody. I get that. So this is going to be an experiment. Am I done with guests? Absolutely not. We're going to keep having guests on the show. But I reached out to several what I call high-profile guests, and they all kind of hem and hawed around. And listen, I bring on comedians all the time. I can get a comedian to hop on here at any time. We're trying something different, all right? So bear with me on it this week. If you like solo shows like Chris Householder, then this is your week, because I'm doing them all week. It's more work for me. It's more prep. But it beats the hassle of, hey, what's your schedule look like next week? And then they respond 2 weeks later with, sorry, I forgot to check this. Yeah, my bad. But they don't give me any dates. So here we are. We have a fun show today. I have planned it all out for you. This is what we have. Now, it says hour 1 and hour 2. And after I put that together, I really thought what we would do is break it up, do some sports and entertainment now in hour 1, do some more sports and entertainment in hour number 2, finish it off with a film session, and then call it a day and let you guys get back to your life. So, but we do have tons to get to. Lots of sports going on. Good and bad news for Houston sports fans. Astros are in a free fall, but your Rockets are rolling. Derrick Lewis gets a big win, set to all kinds of records in the UFC. There's some NBA snitches out there. We'll talk about that. College football players want to play. Coaches want to play. Presidents are like, yeah, probably not a great idea. So, yeah, we'll discuss that. I've got some entertaining stories for you, including the president wants to ban TikTok. The church of what's happening now. Is it over? Is it done? We'll talk about your smart speakers, and I got a funny meme someone sent me on how men take a shower. We'll do that. Plus a film session. It's going to be short and sweet. I'm really trying to pick and choose the film sessions so as to not get kicked off of the tubes, if you know what I'm saying. So, let's first and foremost, let's get into it with the chat. You know I like to go to you guys first. Keith Sager was first in today. Congratulations, Keith. You nailed it. I put it up kind of late today. I was busy. I was scrambling. We'll talk about my sleep patterns in just a second, but Daddy was a little messed up. But Keith Sager was first. Fake Tony Stark is here. Crystal Collins, first woman in, she says. So good for you, Crystal. Clarence Marshall is in the building. Chris Davis is here. Keith Sager said, got him. Jeff Bell, what's up, homie? Jeff Bell. Deckheads helping deckheads is a beautiful thing. We shall discuss. Josh is in, aka 713 Hooligan. Luis Zelaya, one of our chat moderators, along with Jeremy Vinegar, is in the building. Truckin' Taco is here. PayPal Pete is here. I like how that rolls off the tongue. PayPal Pete. Uriel Villanueva, Matt Poche, Deanna Taylor, Billy Keller. Oh man, the gang's all here. Brandon Martinez is in the building. Justin Swinford, yes sir. He's the one that said solo dolo. I thought I saw that. Fidel Limon, Steven Uzik. He's the first Steven in the chat. That's good for you. Sandoval in H-Town, some bitch, late again. Yes sir, you are. Gotta have to step your game up, Sandoval. Who else is over? Chris Householder is here. Gregory Vega Jr. is here. Penguin Katie is here. What's up, PK? Aaron Little is in the building. White Magic, the shit-talkingest Call of Duty war player I have ever seen. How somebody could be so bad at something and still talk so much shit, I'll never understand. But you know I love you, White Magic. Thanks for being here, homie. Jen is in the building. Hi, Jen. What's up, girl? Santos is here. Walt is here. Walt said first. Bro, you like 30 minutes in yelling first. Come on now, Walt. Donna, my sweet Donna is here. Happy Monday to you as well, Donna. Eric Resendez is here. Jesus Perez. Who else? I'm rolling through. John Dory is here. Cool. What's up, John? Darian Scott. What up, MFers? All right, the gang's all here. I think I've Terrence J. I see Justin Kelm. I see, who else did I miss? Yep, Richard Vales. I said Jeff Bell. All right, got to get to the show. Let's freaking do it. Now, you may have seen me open with a mask on. And just so you know that the Barry on Deck masks are now available. All right, now here's what I did. They're on the website, but I really didn't publish it other than telling the Patreon members and sending them a link, and on the Discord and sent you guys a link. But I didn't want to kind of spill the beans because I didn't know how fast these would sell. I didn't think they would sell out in 24 hours like the t-shirts. That was a special occasion type thing. But we are a quarter of the way through the product already. If you have not gotten your Barry on Deck mask yet, I should have put this up. Hold on, let me add a. If you have not gotten a Barry on Deck mask yet and you want one, all you have to do is go to barryondeck.com/shop and they are available at the shop. So just hit up that link that you see, barryondeck.com/shop. You can buy the masks. I'm going to tweet this out later, put it on my Facebook. But you guys were the first, if you were on Patreon, you were the first ones to get the link. I sent you all your discount code. They're $10 plus shipping, but if you get your discount code from Patreon, you get a percentage off depending on the slot you're in, 10, 15, or 20%, and all of you get free shipping. So some of you have ordered already. If you have not, I suggest you hop on. They're not going to sell out today, so have no fear. I will say this, though. The first batch is going out right after the show. So you should have it by Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. But I'm going to be dropping them all in the mail if you placed an order this weekend or before the show's out. So if you get your order in before the show is over, you're going to get your mask in the mail today. All right? So that's how it's going to be. Yeah, I dropped the fuck YouTube. We're here, Matt. We gotta. I took it off. So we're rolling on. We've moved on past that. But there's your. I may make a shirt that just says "fuck YouTube." How great would that be? So there's your mask update. It's available. I love it too. By the way, I think it came out really good. What I love most about it. Let me see if you can see it better here. What I love most about it. Hold on. Let me tighten this up. What I like is that it's really thin. It's not like thick and hot. Some of the masks that you get out there, they're real like this is a very thin, I don't know what kind of material it is. It's not necessarily a cotton. It says on the website what kind of material it is. But what I like about it is it's thin. It fits nice on the face. It's not loose. But it's not like bothersome. I really like them. I think you guys are going to like them. At first, when I got the material, I was like, uh-oh, these are thin. My wife was like, yeah, and that's a good idea. So I was like, oh, cool. And then I wore one to the grocery store. Felt great. So I dig it. I think you're going to dig it. They're washable. They're reusable. And they're lightweight. So Get one if you want to support the show. They're $10. They're on the website. You get your discount. Some of you are getting them for as cheap as $8 shipped. That's a deal. I mean, there's some people paying $20 for a mask. So it's not made out of cam girl panties, John Wessling. It's not made out of cam girl panties. It would smell better if it was. They don't smell great. I suggest maybe washing them first. That might actually help. There's another, I had another picture. Where'd it go? Here you go. This is also what the front and back looks like. So there's your Barry on deck mask update. Now I will say this, I fucked up on the shot glasses. What's up, Robert Likes Beer? Robert, I'm going to take care of you this week. You know what I'm talking about. I got you this week, homie. I have done my due diligence. The shot glasses aren't ready yet. And that's my bad because I didn't realize I had to approve the art proof first. So it just sat there for like a week. I should have had the shot glasses by now. Those will probably be another week or two. So that's my bad, but they'll be here. And again, just like the mask, you guys will be the first to know. Patreon and Discord people get first dibs above everybody else. So you'll have the same option there. Again, I don't anticipate all that selling out. I'm kind of nervous on the mask, if I'm being honest. I'm a little nervous that I'm not going to sell 100 masks and be stuck with inventory. I'm a little nervous. And did you know this, just between us gals, it costs more to make these masks than it did the shot glasses. I would have never guessed that. So, we are nowhere on the coffee mugs, Chris Householder. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, if I did coffee mugs, it would be like 10 of them. In fact, if I did, you know what I could do? I'll do coffee mugs on pre-order. If we'll figure out who wants coffee mugs, we'll do a pre-order, and then I'll just order that many because I don't want to have an inventory of coffee mugs and masks and shot glasses because I only sell 50 of 100. So, okay. What else? What other show updates do I have? Oh yeah. If you're curious, a few sponsors have dropped off the table, so I do have some inventory open. If you have a business, if you know of a business, if you can recommend me a business, I'm happy to do that. We're down to 2 sponsors on the show. At one point, we had 6. So if you know of a business, let me know. But shout out to David too with the restaurant still supporting us, which is Crab Kings, Dan, Seafood and Wings, and the Boiled Dragon. And shout out to Hemp Vita, they're still on board. But we're working on it. So if you know anybody that would want to advertise on this fine show, let me know. I'm happy to pursue it and get after it and talk to somebody. All right. Okay. That's pretty much all the show updates I had for you today. Oh, I mentioned the Patreon just real quick. If you want to sign up, there it is. Patreon.com/Barry on Deck. If you want to support the show, that's enough selling. That's it. I mentioned that I messed up the microphone starting the show. And, what's up, Underrated Mess? The problem is, guys, I'm not getting a lot of sleep. The problem is, Oliver has this thing. I wish he was in here. I would show you the face of a criminal. I would show you the face of a terrorist. Oliver, your king, your show mascot, the guy you love, is a fucking terrorist. Every night, between the hours of 2 and 4 p.m., at some point in that time frame, this son of a bitch is going to run in the room full speed and dive on top of me and wake me up. And god damn it, it makes me so mad. I don't know why he does it. I don't know what he's doing. But at some point, this fat son of a bitch jumps on my back because I'm a stomach sleeper. So I'm usually, I'm on my back or my side. But this son of a bitch jumps on me, wakes me up, and then I can't go back to bed. So I end up having to take him and put him in timeout in his little playroom. Yes, he has a whole room. Look, Oliver the cat. You kiss my fucking ass, you stupid cat. You waking me up. He's like, yo, you gonna give me my catnip now? I will win in the end. I love that there's an Oliver the cat fake account in the chat. That's so funny to me. Here's the problem, Richard Vales. He said, close the door. We've done that, and what he does is he bangs on the door. I've watched him do it to other rooms that he wants in, but he stands there. I am not shitting you guys. He stands there with his paws. He stands straight up and starts going bang, bang with his paws on the fucking door, and it rattles. So if we lock him out, he's gonna bang on the door. If we let him in, he's gonna dive bomb my back at 3:30 in the fucking morning. The only solution is to put him in another room and shut the door, and then I feel bad. He's a cat. He needs to run. He needs to get out. I don't know how to stop this shit. All I know is it's wearing on me. I'm getting exhausted. No, you're right, underrated mess. Cats do not fuck around, especially at night. Well, they're nocturnal. Fake Tony Stark. Time to get a dog. What's up, Pink Valkyrie? Oliver is a true king. He's a mean son of a bitch is what he is. And my wife is so patient. She's like, he's just a cat. I'm like, fuck him, I'm asleep. So bless her heart, she gets up and takes him in the other room and goes to sleep on the couch so that he won't wake me up. And I'm like, just put him in a room. So I put him in the workout room one night, which is his playroom. And we have this foam on the floor because we have a big heavy weight bench in there. So we have this foam. This sumbitch chewed up the foam while he was in there. He goes, oh, you gonna lock me up? All right. Fuck your foam, fam. I'm gonna chew all this shit up. Let me out. He's an asshole, guys. He's an asshole. So if there are any smart cat people that know why he's doing this in the middle of the night and how to stop it, let me know. Because I really need the help. I can't do it. He's disturbing my sleep pattern. It's driving me fucking crazy. Yeah, see, Clarence, my cat rams the door. You know, you get it. Pingo Katie, we have a cat that will scratch the door like a maniac. See, I'm telling you, shutting the door doesn't help. It's like my cat does the same shit. Francisco, what are you doing about it, bro? I don't know what to do. Brandon Martinez said, just pretend you're asleep and when he jumps towards you, just RKO him. Man, I really wish. I don't know what to do about the shit, though. It's driving me nuts, though. It's every fucking night. Now, what we did yesterday, since we were home all day with nothing to do, no work, we basically just kept him up until we went to bed. Because, he would sleep all day and then want to play all night. No, not yesterday. Yesterday, I took the liberty of waking him up every chance I got. Like, middle of the day, hey, what's up, buddy? You asleep right now? Yeah, how do you like it, asshole? I didn't jump on him, but I shook him. Hey, what's up, fella? You good? He'd be like, yeah. He started screaming shit. Wake up, bro. But we did it because if we keep him up all day, he'll sleep with us all night, and it worked. Plus, Daddy took a sleeping pill, so he may have jumped on me, and I just didn't know it. So, oh, look, Reverend Householder, give him gummies. Why didn't I think of that? Now, I'm not going to give him gummies, but we have this CBD oil. Why am I not giving him CBD oil at night? I got my Hemp Vita CBD oil for the cat. Why am I not giving it to this sumbitch at night? It make him sleepy. Bro, Chris Householder, you're a fucking genius. Oh my God, you're a genius. I'm going to try that tonight. It's 713 Hooligan. Next time Oliver is asleep, just run in and jump on him. I did close all day, bro. He'd be on the couch sleeping. I'd be like, hey, what's up, homie? Scared the shit out of him. And you know what, Chris Reyes? Fuck PETA. Fuck YouTube and fuck PETA. PETA can kiss my ass. I love animals. Cats and dogs. But PETA can suck a donkey's dick. I don't give a fuck about. PETA's the worst organization ever. It's a shit organization. They're full of shit. They're all a bunch of assholes. They're all a bunch of selfish, self-righteous, sanctimonious assholes. That's what they are. So fuck PETA. Fuck everybody associated with PETA. PETA can suck a donkey's mistreated dick if it's the case. I don't give a fuck. Cancel me. Try to cancel me, PETA. Go fuck yourselves. You guys do the worst shit in the world, and you have some of the stupidest ideas and thoughts ever. Fuck PETA, Chris Reyes. Don't get me started. I'll go off on another goddamn rant for 30 minutes. Deanna Taylor said, my cat used to meow all night because she was hungry. Then I would feed her and she would puke. She'd puke on the pool table. Oh, yeah, cats. At some point, they start puking too much. Yeah, we're going to start that hashtag. Fuck PETA. PETA kills animals. Exactly. What? Okay, now this has got to stop. This old me and Chris Householder are comedians has got to stop. John Wesley is going to turn on you. I promise you, John Wesley. And this is why I said, fuck PETA. Because PK would know. What's wrong with my headphones? There we go. PK would know. But she said, PETA euthanizes more animals than most municipal shelters. Fuck them all the way in their asses. Thank you. And that is from a person that works at shelters, that has worked at a non-kill shelter. They said they hadn't euthanized an animal since 1979, I believe is what she said a while back. So yeah, fuck you, PETA. That's when you know I'm mad when I do the paper shuffle. I don't know. I realized that. I'm watching the shows back. I'm like, ugh. I shuffle the papers too much. Love more, hate less. Be kind, love each other. Except PETA and YouTube. Fuck them. Everyone else, love each other. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk some sports because we have a ton of sports to get to. Here is your headlines for the day. More St. Louis Cardinals games have been canceled because of their outbreak with COVID-19. They are now, I think their record sits at something like 2-6. Something awful like that. It's not good, and it just goes to show you that baseball's in a bad place. Zach Plesac was also sent home. He was in Chicago, and he decided to go out with his homies after a game. And they said, bro, you can't do that. You have to be socially distant. The crazy thing about the Zach Plesac story is he had a quote July 3rd where he talked about the fact that, hey, we all have to do our part. Well, Zach decided, fuck it. I'd rather go party than do my part. So, yeah, he's out. The Pelicans have officially been eliminated from the playoffs. So no more Zion Williamson fun and games, especially in the playoffs. It was fun while it lasted. Look forward to seeing what he does next year. Looking forward to seeing if he decides to trim up a little bit. I think that dude's a monster if he drops 25 pounds. I absolutely do. I think he can drop the weight without losing any strength and be an absolute beast on the court. Not that he isn't already, but he's got room to work. Toronto clinched. Oh boy, look how I spell clinches. Toronto clinches the 2 seed in the East, and the Grizzlies loss guarantees an 8-9 play-in game in the West. So good times ahead for the West. Here's your chances though of the 8 seed, and I'm going to disagree with this, but this was according to ESPN. Let me take the shop tag off there. What is this? How do I get rid of that? What did I do with that? Oh, there it is. ESPN says, and this is according to their numbers, but they said the Grizzlies have a 55% chance of winning the 8 seed. The Blazers have a 30% chance. The Spurs a 10% chance, and the Suns a 5% chance of winning the 8 seed. I don't know what you guys think. I would flip those numbers. I feel like the Blazers right now are the best team on this list, bar none. I feel like the Blazers are going to give some people fits if they make the playoffs. And you know what? In a way, I kind of say good for them. I mean, Dame talked about it when there was discussions of a restart in the NBA. And he talked about the fact that if they don't include some teams that are close, I'm not participating. I'm not doing anything. He wanted the opportunity to catch the teams that were in front of him realistically. And the NBA said, okay, we do think it's realistic. That's great. So Dame's kind of proving his point. He had 51 again last night, I believe. Dame's proven his point by willing this team into the playoffs. So good for Dame. I think it's good and good for basketball. An 8-9 play-in game is kind of like a wild card game in baseball. It's kind of like a wild card play-in game. I dig it. So good for them. So there's your update. Let's see. Look, underrated mess. I hope the Blazers make it because Dame is a dog. He really is. As much as I hate him as a Rockets fan, Dude, I respect the absolute craziness out of Dame Lillard. That dude is a beast. He can literally do everything on the floor, and he does it as a guard. He does it as a smallish player in the NBA. He can shoot from really any range. The dude has ridiculous range. He can shoot. He can get to the rim. He can guard you. He can facilitate. Like, it's crazy. And I dare say that Dame might be the most underrated superstar in the NBA. And I know there's going to be some people that probably disagree with me on that. But I think he's the most underrated. So, Jeremy Benninger, am I first? No, but thanks for showing up 30 minutes into the show, chat moderator. All right, some more sports to get to. Let's talk a little more basketball because your Rockets are rolling right now. Yesterday, I should say, they beat the Kings 129-112. Westbrook missed his second straight game, has a bruised right quadriceps, so didn't play again. Austin Rivers went off, got nasty, put in 41. Luke Mbamute, he played! He finally played, and Mike D'Antoni used 6 players off the bench, kind of surprising me. If you look at the minutes played, you still had 3 guys getting the bulk. But damn, just the fact that Luke Mbamute got some minutes, Caboclo got some minutes, Kellen Clemens, got some minutes. I'll take it. Like, you got 6 guys on the bench actually play. Now, I realize that the bulk of that was Jeff Green, Austin Rivers, and Frazier. But Austin Rivers goes off. James Harden is his normal self. Let me tell you one thing that I noticed yesterday during the game that I really liked, that I thought was different, but I enjoyed seeing it because it gives them a new wrinkle. In the third quarter, at one point, Harden's on the bench, and you got Jeff Green and Austin Rivers and PJ Tucker. I forget who else was on the floor. I think it was McLemore and Covington, I believe. Jeff Green was running the offense. Jeff Green was running point. And oh boy, I liked it. It felt good. It felt right, actually. It felt like it was a smart decision. I know you had Austin Rivers on the floor, but Jeff Green bringing the ball up, Jeff Green facilitating, actually getting some the ability to penetrate to the basket by moving without the ball, but initiating the play. I liked it, man. I think Jeff Green is a weapon on this team that is only going to shine even more as we get closer and into the playoffs. His experience, his ability is all going to shine for this team. And I think it's been the depth that we may have been sleeping on a little bit. And if Austin Rivers keeps playing like he's playing, you got to feel good about the Rockets. Do I think they're going to make it to the finals? Probably not. There's some really good teams left. But I tell you what, when you look at back at the beginning of the season compared to now, you have to feel pretty good about them, and they're really playing nothing but contenders, and they're playing well against all of them. So I like the Jeff Green signing. I like the Jeff Green implementation in yesterday's game. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Small ball is still, to me, small ball still has yet to be proven because it's yet to be played in the playoffs the way they play it for a full series. Could come back to bite them. But I tell you what, they're doing some cool stuff, man. I really like the way that this team is headed. So, Dame can rap. I don't know if he is good a performer, if that makes sense. Okay. That does. Yeah, I agree. Jeff Green is nice. Deanna Taylor said, I like the Astros fight. We're going to get to that, Deanna. I promise. We're going to talk. Trust me. We've got an hour and a half left, and we're just scratching the surface on some of this. But I did like, look at the numbers. This is the thing that's crazy to me. You'll see this on occasion, but PJ Tucker with 1 point, Daniel House with 2 points. They were both plus 19 and plus 15 while on the floor, yet contributed really nothing offensively. PJ, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 foul, 1 point. I mean, that's like, I know he's the lunch pail guy, but damn, that's an awful box score. If you just looked at that, you'd be like, oh, that guy should be on the bench. And then, Daniel House going 0 for 5 from 3-point range. Him and PJ Tucker combined to go 0 for 9. But as a team, 18 of 57 from 3-point range. You like that. Rebounds, they pulled down 48 total. That's going to always be an issue for this team. because they're not big, they're not tall. But I think they can get some timely rebounds. But they'll probably get worked on the offensive boards. Let's be real. When the other teams are on offense, they're going to get worked. But when they're on offense, you got to remember too. A lot of these distance shots that they take, the rebounds are going to be long rebounds. So when the Rockets are hitting the offensive boards, usually a better chance for them to excel in that facet of rebounding in this game. All right, let's talk a little. Oh, by the way, this is your standings currently. Rockets sitting in the 4 seed. Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, top 3. Rockets are 2.5 games back. 1 in the loss column. 1 in the loss column back of the Nuggets. 2 in the loss column back of the Clippers. Only 1 ahead of the Thunder and 2 ahead of the Jazz. So it's still up in the air. Look, it's still got a long ways to go to figure this out. Anything could happen over the next. When does the schedule end? I got to look that up. How many more games do we have in the NBA? Is this it? Is that 13th and 14th? Why did I think that there was more? I thought they went through the middle of next week. Yeah, okay. So August 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. That's it. All right. Yeah, for some reason, I thought it was the middle of next week. 4 more games, give or take. Yeah, okay. So through Friday is the last. Friday, they'll play the Sixers. So the rest of their schedule, let me pull it up real quick. Rest of the Rockets' schedule looks like the following. I guess I could have put a thing on. They have 3 games left. The Spurs, the Pacers, and the Philadelphia 76ers. So they'll play Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So they could jump to the 3 seed. Probably not going to happen. They could fall as far as the 6 seed. Probably not going to happen. I think you're looking at a 4-5. They're probably going to face the Thunder in the first round. And to that, I say, bring them on. Not really scared of the Thunder. I know Chris Paul and all that. And listen, that's just not a team that frightens me. When you talk about the teams that frighten me in here, obviously you talk about the Lakers and the Clippers. I don't know if a lot of people want to play the Blazers right now. I don't know if a lot of people want to play the Mavs. With Luka Doncic going off like he is. It's going to be interesting, though. I'm not that afraid of the Oklahoma City Thunder for this team. But that's just me. What if Cliff Paul ended the Rockets season? Boy, that would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? How bad? And you talk about motivation, but you got Russ playing his old team, so he's got the motivation as well. I just think the Rockets need to be scared of the teams that they're looking up at and the Blazers. Honest to God, that's the teams that would worry me if I'm the Rockets. Nuggets, Clippers, Lakers, Blazers. That's who I think the Rockets need to be worried about in the West. Just my opinion. All right. Let's talk a little Astros. Actually, let's do this. Before we get into the Astros, you know what? We'll save Astros. What do I have left for you? Oh, no, I still got plenty of sports because we still got to talk Astros. We got to talk college football. We got to talk Derrick Lewis. There's some NBA snitches. I don't think so. Chris Davis, he said, what if Luka chokes against the Clippers? I think some of the other players on that team might nut up, but Luka doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that's going to get the limelight and get the spotlight in the playoffs against a team like that and choke. I just don't see it. That's just me, though. I don't think he does. All right, before we go any further, though, guys, I do want to tell you about Hemp Vita. We just talked about it with Oliver, and I really need to try this because I do have Hemp Vita sells products for humans, but they also sell products for pets. So if you didn't know, Hemp Vita, they sell all of their products, by the way. All the cannabinoids organically grown in the United States, so you don't have to worry about it. All the products they sell have no THC. They are dedicated to providing all natural wellness products to you, the deckheads, and to their customers. And if you didn't know, here's what CBD is good for. If you have inflammation, maybe you need some pain relief. Like with Nora, she comes home from work. She's a nurse. She's on her feet all day. Her ankles hurt. Her feet hurt. She puts some of that CBD gel on it. She's good to go. Man, my neck starts hurting from sitting at this desk 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. I put some of that CBD gel on it. I'm good to go. If you suffer from insomnia, ask Chris Householder. Ask Brandon Martinez. Ask plenty of the deckheads in the chat. Those gummies will put you to sleep and make you sleep well. I'm on those. If you've got anxiety or seizures, or maybe you just need to relax more, CBD has been known to help with all that. And like I said, do not forget, Hemp Vita has products for pets. I'm so glad Chris Householder brought it up because I am going to try the old, the CBD oil I have for Oliver and see if that helps him sleep better at night. So I'm going to try that. If you want to get yours, go to hempvitacbd.com, hempvitacbd.com. Deckhead15 is the promo code. That's going to save you 15% off of your order, and you can use that every single time. So you ordered it this week, you order 2 weeks from now, hempvitacbd.com, use promo code Deckhead15, save you some scratch in the process. Even on your return orders, make sure you use it. Save that money. So Andy Huggins wants to talk Astros. I wish he was live right now because I'd love to get his thoughts on it. But I'm going to tell you this. Astros, I feel like I said free fall, and I kind of feel like that's what we're talking about here. The free fall that they are suffering from, it's pitching, but listen, we'll talk about this series with the Athletics. Right now, the Astros are in some serious trouble. When you look at the pitching staff, when you look at the bullpen, when you look at the fact that their bats went cold over this series, they are in trouble. Are they out of it? No. Top two teams in each conference, or I should say, yeah, in each division, I should say, are going to make the playoffs, plus the 2 best records after that. But if the playoffs started today, and I hate to be that guy, your Astros are not a playoff team as of August 10th, 2020. So let's talk about the game yesterday. Oh, by the way, just so we're clear, we'll get to the Liriano fight with Alex Cintron in a second. But this is where your pitching staff sits amongst Major League Baseball. 15th in team ERA, 14th in home runs allowed, 28th in walks, 17th in strikeouts, 29th in whip, which is walks plus hits divided by innings pitched. That's an issue. And this is an issue. And you know that when you have a bullpen that is this young and this inexperienced, you're going to choke away leads. You're going to choke away leads at the end of a game. You're going to choke away leads in extra innings. I know we all want sports, and extra baseball is great, but if you're an Astros fan, you had better be rooting for the fact that these games end in 9. Because I can just tell you that if this team has to go into extra innings as assembled, they're fucked. They do not have the firepower in that bullpen to compete with most of the other teams in Major League Baseball right now. The Astros are going to lose more extra inning games than not because of that. So you better be hoping for some 9-inning games for the Astros. They have a much better chance of winning those than extra inning games, because once you start having to get into the middle and the end of that bullpen, it gets real thin and real young and real inexperienced. Demetrius is one so bad to talk Formula One. Not happen, Demetrius. We got too much to get to. Maybe tomorrow, all right? Maybe tomorrow. Look, Demetrius, I had an idea where I would break down sports that I know nothing about. Kind of like film session, but I would just find some footage and just pretend like I know what I'm talking about. So maybe I'll do that with Formula One. Maybe that'll make you happy. I don't know. Andy Huggins said we need 7-inning doubleheaders. See, Andy gets it. I'm telling you, that's the key right there. If you want the Astros to have their best shot of winning baseball games, as much as he hates 7-inning doubleheaders, Andy Huggins nailed it. You want to go 7. That you get 6 out of your starter and then run out Ryan Presley. Good to go. That's it. So, all right, so there's your pitching staff. That's a look at it. Not looking great. Now let's talk about this squabble, okay? Let's talk about this quote-unquote fight. Because here's how it all went down. And I wish I could show the video of it, because it really wasn't as bad as people made it out to be, per se. But I'm trying to pull up the box score from yesterday. I forget the cat's name. Who was pitching? Castellanos. Castellanos was pitching, and he hits Ramon Liriano with a 78-mile-an-hour curveball, or breaking ball, mind you. Okay? Now, this is the second time that Liriano's been hit He's upset. I get it. He starts talking trash in a way by motioning to Castellanos about, hey, if you snap the ball instead of throwing it like that, if you snap it, you'll get the break on it. You throw it like bro, fuck you. Just go to first and stand on the bag. You don't need to break you're not a pitcher. You're not a pitching coach. You got plunked. The Astros have been getting plunked. Don't worry about it. Just make your way down to first base. And if you need to retaliate, just have a guy in your dugout hit one of the Astros stars. Hit Altuve in the back if that'll make you feel better. But that yipping and yapping and showing him up by telling him how to throw a breaking ball as a position player, go fuck yourself. So he gets to first base and hitting coach Alex Cintron starts talking shit to him from the dugout. Yeah, he got hit 3 times all weekend. That's true, but 2 in 1 game. So he gets to first base, and now Alex Cintron, the hitting coach for the Astros, starts talking shit. And Liriano doesn't like it. They exchange words. You can see Cintron take a step out of the dugout. Liriano charges. And it was at that point that we learned that Dustin Garneau has really good takedowns. Because as Liriano was charging in, not only does he get the takedown, but he takes his back at the same time and holds him there. So if Garneau decides to hang it up and not play baseball anymore, dare I say, he has a future in MMA. He says, tongue firmly planted in cheek. But it was a pretty decent takedown for a baseball player. Obviously, no punches were thrown. The bench is cleared. Here's what's going to happen. Mark my words. Cintron is going to get the same punishment that Joe Kelly got. The same exact punishment. Maybe even a little more. Liriano is going to probably get 4 to 5 games. But I think Cintron could get 8 to 10 games. 1, because he's a coach and not a player. They can be a little stricter. 2, because he came out of the dugout. He said some words. Here's what I also think is going to happen. If you listen to the post games, the managers talking about it told you all you need to know. And I wish I had the audio. I wish there was no copyright issues that I could just play you the videos. But basically, Dusty Baker said, I mean, we chirp a little. As a manager, I've chirped at players before. Chirped, mind you, chirped. Beep, 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 beep. I've said a few things to players before. It's no big deal. Bob Melvin, fuck Bob Melvin, by the way, former Rangers manager, always got into it with AJ Hinch. So my hate for Bob Melvin is personal just because of the way he was as a manager for the Rangers. But Bob Melvin chimes in, and as much as I don't like the dude on a fan level, you have to respect what he said, which was, it's pretty obvious that he instigated it. Baseball, there's no fans, so baseball will clearly be able to go back and listen to the audio that was recorded and be able to decipher exactly what was said and who said it, who instigated it. And I feel like that Cintron is going to be the guy that takes the fall for this big time. I could see 8 to 10 games easily. I could see Liriano getting 4 to 5 because, and that's a lot, but they both, you basically, between the two of you, you caused the one thing baseball has been adamant about not happening, and that's a benches clearing brawl. So it's not as big of a deal for the Astros in a way. Having Alex Cintron not on the bench, okay, you can go in the back and talk to him. It's not a big fucking deal. Having Liriano out of the lineup could prove to be a lot larger for the Oakland Athletics. Yeah, Alex Villanueva, it was a nice RNC. It wasn't bad. And I don't know about fake tough guys. I don't know if it was, look, Maldonado got in the middle of it, got his helmet pulled off for some damn reason, and there was no punches thrown. There's always a lot of pushing and shoving in these fights. But I don't think Liriano charging like that, I don't think his intent was to be a fake tough guy. Huggins, suspend the hitting coach? That could work. Let's talk about that for a second. The way that they hit, would they score 5 runs the entire series? 2-1 and 2. 2-1 and 2. And how much did they give up? 7, 3, and 3. You gave up 13 runs, you scored 5 in a series against a division opponent. Not going to get it done. Not going to get it done at all. You can't score 2 runs, 1 run, and 2 runs and expect to win baseball games in today's Major League Baseball environment. Not going to happen. Yeah, you lost 3-2 and 3-1. The staff did okay. I thought Zach Greinke looked pretty good over the weekend. Surprised me because I keep waiting for him to implode. I keep waiting to see the end of Zach Greinke. But he's legitimately, and he's not even an old lefty, but he's legitimately crafty. Astros have issues, tons of issues. And just getting Yordan Alvarez back is not going to solve it. They need to get JV back. They need Lance McCullers. They need Zach Greinke to be on point. They need to get Urquidy in that lineup. I never would have thought I would have said that, but they could use his experience now, what he did in the World Series. They could use, games like now are nothing to Urquidy. Like the moment isn't too big for him now. They need Josh James to be able to find the strike zone. They need Framber Valdez to continue to find the strike zone. And they need to get healthy in that bullpen and get some depth back. They need Brad Peacock back in that bullpen. Believe it or not, they need Chris Davinsky. As much as I thought I would never say that, they just need guys that have been in these situations. So, and I think the hitting is going to come. I'm not worried about the hitting. That I'm not worried about. What am I missing in chat? I feel like there's some arguing going on between Rangers fans, aka Total Dallas, and the Astros fans. Oliver jumping on Barry was more of a fight. That's a good point, Richard Vales. Chucker Taco, maybe he told him, hey, put your mask on. That would be nice. Feels like the 2015 Astros, either strikeouts or bombs. Well, that too. I mean, I'm not worried. Again, I'm not worried about this team's ability to hit. I'm not going to panic on that. This is one of the best lineups in baseball, and when fully healthy with Yordan and everybody else, I'm not concerned about the hitting on this team. I am concerned about the pitching, and that's going to continue to be an issue. That bullpen is going to be an issue the rest of the year unless they add some significant arms to it. I'm just telling you right now. Rangers suck. Has Kluber pitched? Oh, yep, there you go. There's a shot at Total Dallas. Total Dallas said, Astros better get this out of their system before them Rangers come calling in September. Actually, the Rangers pitching staff has been really good so far. I hate to admit it to you, Astros fans. This division is not going to be as easy as you thought. Rangers are getting some really good pitching. A's look like a complete baseball team. They're not gonna win 20-1, but they can win 3-2 and 3-1 against a really good lineup, obviously. So it's going to be weird. Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed that. Underrated Mess said Greinke loves social distancing. Didn't you see where he would sit in the crowd by himself? The crowd. He would go and sit up amongst the cardboard cutouts by himself. Gotta love Zach Greinke, right? Just weird enough to be lovable, but not so weird that you're like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Just weird enough to be lovable. You gotta love it. Oh my God. My bathroom exhaust fan is better than Rangers fan, Jimmy John. Man, I love the back and forth between the deck heads. That's a beautiful thing. You guys never lose that. It's really good shit. All right, so coming up next, we're going to talk, we'll talk some college football in hour number 2. We'll talk Derrick Lewis in hour number 2. And we'll even talk a little more NBA because apparently the players are snitching at each other. One thing I did want to talk about real quick before we get to the break, we got about 5 minutes left in the first hour. Still amazing how it flies by. But I'm solo all week, so you got solo hour number 2. And by the way, do I sound worse today on the microphone? Because I had the mic stand broke. I just bought the damn thing, and it's already broken. So I had to move the mic further away from me. So I don't know if it's if I get up here, I sound way better, right? If I get down here, maybe not as good. And I don't want to get it. If I move it, it's going to fall into the shot. Okay, good. Thank you, fake Tony Stark. Yeah, if I move it, I literally got it in place to where if I don't touch it, it's fine. It's out of frame. But normally it would be a lot closer. Normally I keep it about right here. And you guys don't see it. So it's a lot further up. So if I sound like shit, it's because it's broke and I got to order a new one. Who would have thunk it? Real quick, I don't know if you saw this, but the Church of What's Happening Now, which is Joey Coco Diaz's podcast, is over after a run of 8 years, which, listen, if Barry on Deck lasts 8 years, oh my God, will I be thrilled. So I'm so happy. And thank you. Good to know, Demetrius, Truck and Taco. Hi, Hugh. Fix it with zip ties and duct tape. Nope. Nope. Because I move it sometimes, Francisco, depending on what I'm doing. Anyway, straight to what's happening now. Ends after 8 years. The duo announced they are leaving Los Angeles late Monday due to the overwhelming impact of COVID-19. Lee, and I forget the damn dude's name. I had it here. What's his name? Oh, crap. Lee Syatt. Lee Syatt he's headed to Milwaukee, and Joey Diaz has returned to his home in New Jersey where he grew up to raise his young daughter. The guy that wrote the article on culture.com said this is unsurprising given the mass exodus that we're seeing among celebrities in California. Another podcast star, Joe Rogan, is heading to Texas to be away from the mayhem that is Los Angeles itself. Couple of admissions here. One, I never listened to an episode of The Church of What's Happening Now. I was a distant fan of Joey Diaz. I watched one of his specials. I admire what he did. He's a funny guy. I thought that the cancel culture went a little far in going after him for what he did on the podcast a while back, where he was like, yeah, I used to make these chicks blow me for stage time. You should have went after him then. Little late to go after him now. But he wasn't worried. He's like, man, I've done so much awful shit in my life and I've talked about it all. So if you think that's going to get me canceled, you got another thing coming. The other thing that John Wessling brought this up in a comics group, and we talked about it a little bit, but Joe Rogan coming to Texas is also interesting. It could be a boom for comedy in Texas, but there was speculation that he might be going to Houston or Austin, and I think everybody feels like now Austin is the play. That's where Joe Rogan will end up. There's talks of him either buying or interest in or starting a new comedy club in Austin. Obviously, he's going to continue to do his podcast in Austin. There's On It, which is a company he's a partner in, is in Austin. So all the signs point to Austin, even though I think his wife is from Houston. He loves Houston as a comedy town, but now it's within access. I mean, it's within a couple of hours drive if he goes to Austin. So look for that to happen at some point, but Joe Rogan probably ends up in Austin, Texas full time. Joey Diaz going back to New Jersey. I do want to point one thing out. It's 2:53, but I'm going to give you you heard it here first. There are going to be more names associated with the comedians surrounding Joe Rogan in the coming months that get accused of sexual misconduct. I happen to have a really good source that told me that the Brian Callen story was going to drop from the LA Times. And I put it in several different places amongst comedians and it happened. There are other names that are going to happen. And I'm not going to mention them here. But I'm just telling you, I feel like, my opinion is, part of the reason that Joe Rogan is leaving LA to go to Houston as he's trying to disassociate himself with some of these names that have been accused of sexual misconduct and that are going to be accused of sexual misconduct when all the shit hits the fan. Because they ain't done yet. I knew about the Brian Callen. Okay? There are more names coming, and many of them are associated with Joe Rogan and that group of guys that ran together. Be prepared. It's going to happen. And I think that's why Joe said, man, fuck this. I'm going to go do my thing in Austin. I ain't trying to get canceled. I've got too much on the line. You know, when Joey Diaz got that clip came out of him saying he used to make girls blow him for stage time and Joe Rogan was laughing at it. They tried to cancel Joe for that, which is ridiculous. I do this show. People say crazy shit. I laugh at it partially because I laugh at everything, but partially because I'm uncomfortable and partially because I'm just trying to give my guest a courtesy laugh because they think they're telling a funny story. That means nothing. Okay? But I think Joe's like, fuck it. I got to get away from all this bullshit and this toxic energy that is LA and is this frat daddy, we can do anything because we're stars mentality that takes place within the comedy community. So I'll tell you this. I know of at least 4 more names that are going to be accused. I'm not going to name them. I almost want to write them in an envelope and mail them to myself. And then when they all happen, I'll open the envelope and be like, see, told y'all. But there's going to be more. And some of them are pretty big. So just be prepared. It's happening. All right, it's 2:56. I didn't even get a Diet Coke for the show. That's how behind I was. I need to go get a Diet Coke. I'm going to take a pee. If you got to pee or poop, if you poop fast, go do that. We got a 5-minute break, and then we're back with more Barry on deck. Right after this, don't go anywhere. Go grab a friend. Let's get this. Look, we're at 85 viewers right now. Can we get to 100? Can you guys help me get to 100 viewers? I'd love to hit 100 in hour number 2. We're at 85. Do me a favor. I don't ask for much from you guys. I rarely mention to thumbs up the video. I rarely mention to subscribe. But do me a favor today. Let's just go grab 15 people at the break and let's hit 100 for hour number 2. Can we do that? All right, I'll see you guys in 5 minutes with more show right after this. 2 is upon us. This is Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. You didn't go get 15 people. We lost somebody. But that's, you know what? That's really not bad. When you have a 5-minute break of nothing on the screen on YouTube and you lose one viewer, I'll take that shit. I'll take that every time because normally we'll lose at least 10 people. I get it. No one wants to watch a commercial break with nothing in it. And so that's why sometimes I try to have videos. Sometimes it doesn't work out. But yeah, I hope. How was everyone's poop? Did everyone go poop? Huh? I did not poop. I just peed and fed Oliver. That's hungry son of a bitch is always eating. Always eating. He went from eating all the time, took him to the doctor, got traumatized, wouldn't eat at all, freaked us out. Now he's back to eating all the time, getting big. And by the way, before we went to break, we were talking about comedians that I said were probably going to, there's some more comedians' names that are going to fall, they're going to get canceled. And somebody said, I hope you're not one Barry. Titan Hugo, let me tell you this. I'm not going to say I'll never get canceled for anything because I say some controversial shit. One thing I won't get canceled for, this is bold statement here. Bold statement. Ooh, look at me. One thing is sexual harassment. Okay? First of all, I love my wife too much to cheat on her with another woman or some man. Okay? Number 2, ask the females that I've worked with. I am respectful. I treat them equally and I treat them like comics. What I don't understand is how hard is it for people to do that? Why is it such a difficult thing for male comics to treat female comics equally? I don't understand that. Maybe it was because I was raised by 2 women. My mom and my sister were in my life for most of my youth. And I was raised by them, and I learned how to treat a woman. Maybe some dudes need to be raised by their moms only. I don't know. Yes, Chris Householder is one of the comics that's going to be canceled. Just FYI. Chris Householder said, I don't know. I distinctly remember you telling people to suck your dick on Warzone. Oh, yeah. No, actually, I was telling them to suck their mom's dick. That's a whole different thing, Chris. And Anna. Oh, I never hit on Anna. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. I never hit on Anna. Anna's the one that masturbated on my bed. Okay? What's up, Charles Garza? Yes, better late than never. Good job, Deanna Taylor. Way to go. All right, let's get back to it. How was everyone's poop? Yes, I hope you pooped. Okay, let's get back to it. Where to go? Oh, I saw somebody mention this. I want to get to it. It's kind of sports. Not really. I'll never call this sport. It's entertainment, but okay. But rest in peace to the Ugandan giant Kamala, a.k.a. James Harris. He passed away yesterday. He was a professional wrestler. Surprise, he was not from Uganda. He was from Mississippi. Which, I'm not going to lie, I had no idea. I really thought that his name was Kamala and that he was from Uganda. Now, did I really think that he was as crazy as his character was? No. But did I think he was from Uganda? Yes, I really did. Call me crazy. But I don't think The Undertaker has died 9 times either. But as a kid, I gotta say this. Now you guys know I'm not a big wrestling fan anymore. I grew up as a wrestling fan. I was a wrestling fan as an adult during the Stone Cold, Mick Foley, Rock era at the height of it. But I just stopped. I didn't know. Well, look, growing up, I remember Kamala. And I remember how scary I thought that dude. There were certain wrestlers that scared the shit out of me. And Kamala was one of them because he seemed so crazy. Kamala was one of them. But the wrestler that I was most scared of, that made me scared to watch was the missing link. Do you guys remember the missing link? I bet that dude is from like Idaho. But I need to look it up. But that guy, the missing link wrestler, let me find an image of him. Do you remember he used to grab his head and pull his own hair? And then he would threaten to headbutt you? Which I don't understand. Why? I don't know why I was so scared of this dude. I've got a picture. Oh, hold on. I remember the missing link, and he used to scare the absolute shit out of me. I'm trying to get you guys a picture. Let me see here. So if you don't know, this was the missing link. I don't know why this guy scared the shit out of me. Look at him. He's got a normal wrestler body. Look, see, so many people. The missing link used to scare the hell out of me. Chris Householder, I was scared of the missing link too. Fake Tony Stark said Jake the Snake Roberts used to freak me out. I mean, he used to freak me out too, but I wasn't scared. I was fucking scared of the missing link. Doink, I was never really scared of Doink. I always thought Rick Rude would kiss my mom and my dad would have to fight him. That's outstanding. Was the Iron Sheik from Iran? Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Clarence Marshall, you know people don't know about New Jack. That dude is insane. Doink was a scary mofo as a kid. Clowns are creepy as shit. Clowns don't scare me. Never have. But who's the dude that just wears jeans and puts his hands in his pockets? Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Is that who you're thinking of? Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I should say. Dugan. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. But this is the missing link, okay? Now, the missing link would scare... This was the guy I was most scared of. And I'm going to pull... I have not looked at his wiki page before, but I am looking at it now. And it says that Byron James John Dewey Robertson passed away in 2007, was a professional wrestler known by his ring name, The Missing Link. As the Missing Link, he wore blue and green face paint and shaved portions of his head while letting his hair grow in other areas. His gimmick was similar to that of George the Animal Steel and Kamala. And that's the third guy that used to scare the shit out of me, but I also felt sorry for him, was George the Animal Steel. Remember, he'd be like, he'd bite the turnbuckle for no fucking reason. Oh my God, I used to laugh at that, but then he would do some weird shit and you'd be like, ooh. He's crazy. But those three guys, more than anybody else, used to scare the absolute shit out of me as a kid. Kamala, the Missing Link, George the Animal Steel. They were those out of control. You never knew what they were going to do. Now, as far as favorite wrestlers of all time. Oh, that's right. Brady Gary said Hacksaw wrestled on underwear and a 2x4. But he would come out in overalls. He had overalls too, right? Somebody said Bruiser. Sandoval H-Town. No, the one that was freaking scary, I was 8. I met Bruiser Brody and Abdullah the Butcher in San Antonio. Well, you were scared of Bruiser Brody? Sandoval. Get your shit together, bro. Wasn't nobody fucking scared of Bruiser Brody? The Missing Link, George Animal Steel, and Kamala. Now, here's the crazy thing is, when I saw that Kamala passed away, I was like, man, I started watching videos of him. Remember, he would slap his belly. That was so fucking awesome. But he was crazy. But it made me start watching old Junkyard Dog videos, old JYD videos. And I gotta tell you, it made me realize that my favorite wrestler of all time was the Junkyard Dog. I don't know why I love that guy so much, but I always he would do all that stuff and he was so animated and funny. My favorite wrestler to watch, and the one guy that I loved was now, it's no secret I wanted to be a member of the Rock and Roll Express. That's no secret. Me and my buddy, he was blonde hair, I had brown hair. We thought we were the Rock and Roll Express. We would put on all the bandanas and the parachute pants or something similar, and we literally would double drop kick his little brother. We thought we were the Rock and Roll Express. Oh my God, we wanted to be the Rock and Roll Express so bad. But my favorite wrestler of all time was Junkyard Dog. And look, this is so whack. If your favorite wrestler of all time was Hulk Hogan, Boo, that's so generic. I mean, come on. How? How? I loved Junkyard Dog. It was my all-time favorite. And I really liked Terry Taylor until he became the Rooster. That was fucking stupid. But for some reason, the Junkyard Dog was my shit. He was just the best. And there was a lot, yep. One, Coco Beware was up there for me. Ooh, I hated the Fabulous Freebirds, for sure. Shawn Michaels, come on, Brandon Martinez. You can do better than that. Shawn Michaels was a punk. Oh, the other guys that I really liked was the Von Erichs. Kerry Von Erich. The Claw. Never worked. None of the wrestling moves ever worked except the pile driver. I pile drived a friend of mine, almost broke his fucking neck. None of the others. Yeah, Ted DiBiase was a scary dude as well, Crystal. I hated Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death Steve Williams because him and the Junkyard Dog would put their helmets on and go at it. Or was it Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Or both? I don't know. But I hated Dr. Death Steve Williams. Oh, I fucking hated him. Oh, I thought he was just a son of a bitch. Look at us getting all nostalgic. Yep, Superfly Snuka was the man. Loved him and Coco Beware, all that high-flying bullshit that they would do. Plus Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And I'll tell you a hero that I never got behind. Two of them. Hulk Hogan was one. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Boo, whatever. The other guy that I never liked, never got behind. Oh my God, the Bushwhackers. The Sheep Herders. Oh, whoa, I fucking love the Sheep Herders, even though they were bad guys. Bro, stop this, Titan Hugo. Get the fuck out of here. These whack-ass names. Yes! Fake Tony Stark, the one good guy that I could never get behind, that I fucking hated, was Sergeant Slaughter. There was something about his big fat face that I fucking hated. I was like, ugh. When he turned heel, I was like, good, fuck him. I hated Sergeant Slaughter. Alex Villanueva. I already mentioned the Von Erichs, man. Loved Kerry Von Erich. I couldn't get behind Sergeant Slaughter. Couldn't do it. He was, I don't know. Didn't like him. All right, we're at 89. Come on, guys. We got 11 more to hit 100. All I want to do, 90. We got 10 people to hit 100. Go get somebody. Go grab a friend. Tell them we're done talking wrestling. We're going to talk some entertainment news. Because I did want to talk about this real quick. We were mentioning the podcast, and I was talking about Joey Coco Diaz and the Church of What's Happening Now is over with and canceled, and they lasted 8 years, and God almighty, I hope Barry on Deck lasts 8 years. There, by the grace of God, go I. I hope so. That would be outstanding. That would put me at, 54 years old. I hope it lasts 8 years. Oh, shit. I'll be honest with you. I hope it lasts 8 months. We made it past 8 weeks. The next milestone is 8 months, and then we'll work on 8 years. But one thing I did want to talk about from a social media perspective, I don't know if you guys saw this or not. You probably did. But Trump is banning TikTok if it's not sold. Yeah. President Trump has signed a new executive order which will block all transactions with ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent corporation, in an effort to address the national emergency with respect to the information and communication technology supply chain. It is effective after 45 days. That's the deadline. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. And it's one thing that made me realize if you're in the social media game, if you're in that platform, which I don't necessarily, am I considered in social media because I do a show that's live on YouTube? Is that considered like a TikToker? That makes me sound so old. Are you a TikToker? What you doing over there with them? Are you talking? Are you ticking? Are you ticking right now? But every TikToker is in trouble. What this means is they're all going to be back on YouTube. Lord help us. Now I'm going to be competing with a bunch of goddamn 10-year-olds for people's attention. Because they fucking do the floss on TikTok. Steven Newsick said, from a legal perspective, it's just not going to turn off. I am sure TikTok will sue and then we'll get hung up in courts for a while. Oh, there's no doubt. It won't be at 45 days. It's not like Thanos snaps his finger and TikTok goes away. But it's the beginning of the end as we know it. I do know that Microsoft is in TikToks. I hate me too. But I do know Microsoft is in talk with the parent company of TikTok and trying to purchase it, which wouldn't be a bad idea. They need something hip. They've tried everything from a social media perspective, and none of it has gone well. Microsoft, I feel like, is down to Windows 10 and Xbox. I don't know what else they have going for them. Did I miss out on something? Remember Internet Explorer was a thing? No one fucks with that anymore. Yeah, and Roland, this is the thing I thought about too. Roland says bring back Vine. You had Vine. Periscope is still a thing, which nobody fucking uses on Twitter. Because I have the opportunity to go live on Periscope, and I'm like, no one fucking uses that. But people keep saying go live on Twitter. Nah. But Periscope, Vine, I could see, yeah, I know they still have the back office platform. That is true, Matt. I forget about that not being in IT anymore. It is still very popular, Microsoft back office. It's hugely popular, I should say. I'd be interested to see who buys this and what they do with it. If they grow it or they run it into the ground. Because I know that Microsoft was talking about buying Mixer. Or no, that was their platform. I think Facebook is going to buy Mixer. So Microsoft tried with Mixer and it didn't go well, which Mixer was their version of Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. And that didn't go well. So here's what I do know is that, you know, if you look at Jake Paul, he started on Vine and now he's on YouTube and that's where he makes all his money. And we talked last week about his $7 million mansion in Calabasas. Jesus. So they're not going to go away. But I will say this. If you are a growing business, if you are a influencer in the making, Cowboy fam, I'm talking to you. Anybody else? You got to diversify your portfolio. You've got to diversify your bonds. Okay? You cannot put all your eggs in one social media basket. If you have 3 million followers on TikTok, you need to be converting them somewhere else. Look up a channel called the Alpha Gaming Channel on YouTube. They do a really good job of this. His name is Harris Heller, and it's the main guy. And he's also on Twitch. That's what he mainly does. He streams on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is why I need to start being more consistent on Twitch, streaming video games on Tuesdays and Thursdays. By the way, if you watched, I would love your feedback on what you thought. Technical issues aside, did you enjoy watching? Was it fun and entertaining? But my point is, it's like in anything, you've got to diversify. So if you were all in on Vine and that's it, you should be doing something else. Like I have my Facebook fan page, I have my Twitter, and I have this YouTube channel that I'm working on. And that's the 3 main platforms that I'm active on a regular basis. It's also where I have the 3 biggest followings. My least popular, I should say, is Instagram. I only have like 1,900 followers on Instagram. But I'm diversified enough that if YouTube goes away, I can pick back up on Twitch or Twitter or Facebook. I can do whatever. So the point is, yes, you should be diversifying and not putting all your eggs in one basket. So all these TikTok stars are like, oh my God, what do we do now? Well, you go to another platform and if your fans are your fans, trust me, I know more than anyone. If your fans are your fans, they're going to follow you. You guys, this show wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you guys. So if you're watching this and you're not a regular suspect turned deckhead, or you just happen to, trust me when I tell you, you'll have a core group of people that will go to whatever platform you will go to because they want to consume what you provide. So Cowboy fan, my advice to you is, I know you're focused on your YouTube channel, but start taking those and putting them somewhere else to help grow, because this is also what I learned. And this is why I need to start using Twitch more and Facebook more, is that you can use these other platforms to grow your main platform. And that's what Harris Heller with the Alpha Gaming Channel does really well. He creates YouTube videos that talks about being a streamer and lets you know that he streams on Twitch on a daily or every other day basis. So diversify. Okay? All right. YouTube ain't going nowhere. Ooh. They said that about MySpace. They said that about a lot of shit. Chris Householder. I have a core group of 17 subscribers. No, that's not. What am I missing in the chat? Oh, this guy was a whack job. Who are we talking about? Oh, the chat is so good. You guys, I just like. Okay, good. Well, Penguin Katie answered. I asked, because at one point there was like 15 or 17 people watching, and then I had technical issues streaming the games on Twitch, which, by the way, I have solved. It was not my fault. The PlayStation does this thing where they can only route sound to one place or the other. So either you guys could hear everything and I couldn't hear anything, including the game sound, so I couldn't tell if there was somebody walking around. I couldn't hear my teammates chatting. I couldn't talk shit to the other players. So either you guys could hear all that and I couldn't, or I could hear it all and all you could hear was me because I had this microphone on. What I have since learned is I took my old mic, I took this mic, I plug it directly into the PlayStation, and that's what I talk to the chat and the gamers on, and I learned how to route the sound to that, and then I just plug my headphones in, basically like plugging it into the back of the PlayStation. So it all works out. I talk to the players, I talk to you guys, and everybody can hear it. So I say that to say this Tuesday, I'm going to stream Warzone live for 2 hours tomorrow. Well, maybe 3. I don't know. I'm thinking about going from 7 to 10, maybe 9 to 11, 9 to noon. I don't know, 8 to 10. I don't know when yet. I need to get a consistent schedule. What I need to figure out is when the best time for everybody to participate and to watch is. And I'm thinking the earlier the better. So I'm thinking 8 to 10 maybe to start. Does that sound good? Maybe so. Damn. I have 8 subscribers on YouTube, 2 more, and I have 10. Listen, you got to start with 10 before you can get to 100, before you can get to 1,000, before you can get 10,000. So do it. No, Charles, I stay up playing by myself until 4 a.m., but I'm talking about streaming and stuff. Clarence said 7 to 10. Okay. Well, 9 to 12. All right. So maybe if I just do 8 to 10 to start, that's what I'll do. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, twitch.com or twitch.tv/Barry is funny. I will stream our Warzone where you can hear me cuss like a fucking sailor. I cuss so much playing that. Chris Householder was like, Chris Davis was like, Barry, there's kids. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Don't care. All right, let's talk some more sports. We got to get to this. College football. Nope, that's not it. There may not be a season, you guys. Are you okay with this? I'm kind of like, meh. Deanna Taylor. It's fun, believe it or not. I think you'll have a good time watching Deanna. I promise you. I promise you. Okay. College football season may not happen, believe it or not, because the commissioners of the Power 5 conferences held an emergency meeting on Sunday. There is growing concern among college athletics officials that the upcoming football season and other fall sports can't be played because of the pandemic. That was according to sources that told ESPN that. They also followed up by saying no major decisions were made on Sunday night, but multiple sources in several Power 5 conferences have told ESPN the commissioners talked about trying to collaborate if their respective presidents do decide to cancel or postpone fall sports. Here's the deal, and I know there's a movement going on, and I know that we talk about all this stuff in sports and how important it is. But the movement that you've seen by the college football coaches and players, while I understand them wanting to play, I just don't. If somebody made this point, and I thought it was a great point, all right, I thought this was a really valid point when discussing the argument of should you cancel football in the fall? You're not canceling. You could still play in the spring possibly. So you're not canceling it forever. You're just saying, look, we're not going to start games in September. It's still too dangerous. And that's according to the medical professionals that are talking to the presidents of these colleges and universities. But if basketball can cancel March Madness, what makes football so much more special? You realize how much money March Madness brings in for people? Do you realize most guys' careers in the draft are made during March Madness? Guys that are never known have an opportunity to shine and maybe get on the radar of some teams in the NBA. March Madness is hugely important to basketball players. But that was canceled. So if we can cancel March Madness, hell yes, we can cancel college football. And I know some of you diehards don't want to hear that. And to you, I say, tough titty. I'm sorry. But there are more important things like lives than sports. I know that's a shock to some of you. Check this out. So the college football movement has started, and they're using two hashtags. Hashtag we are united and hashtag we want to play. And there's your ACC, Big Ten, Pac-12, SEC, and Big 12 conferences coming together to say, we all want to play football this season. Let's establish universal mandated health and safety procedures and protocols to protect college athletes against COVID-19 among all conferences throughout the NCAA. Give players the opportunity to opt out and respect their decision. Guarantee eligibility whether a player chooses to play the season or not. And use our voices to establish open communication and trust between players and officials. Ultimately create a college football players association. So that would be one of the positives that would come out of this, is it would basically be like a union for college players. Okay. And then lastly, representative of the players of, or create the association that's representative of the players of all Power 5 conferences. So while this looks like a good thing, right? You see that they're talking about getting their shit together. Here's the thing. You have people out there like Trevor Lawrence, and he's tweeting about it, and he's using that hashtag we want to play. And this was some tweets that Trevor Lawrence sent out. He said, people are at just as much, if not more risk if we don't play. Players will be sent home to their own communities where social distancing is highly unlikely, and medical care and expenses will be placed on the families if they were to contract COVID-19. He added on Twitter, players being safe and taking all of the right precautions to try to avoid contracting COVID because the season/teammate safety is on the line. Without the season, as we've seen already, people will not social distance or wear masks and take the proper precautions. Mr. Lawrence, you are a fantastic football player. Please never be a lawyer or enter into a debate, because that is an awful argument for trying to start the college football season. Let's rehash what he said real quick, and I'll give you counterpoints to all of it. He says, people are just as much, if not more, at risk if we don't play. That's not true. That's not true at all. Where's your data on that, Trevor? There's no data that supports that. That's your wishful thinking. And he says players will be sent home to their own communities where social distancing is highly unlikely, and medical care and expenses will be placed on the families if they were to contract COVID. So are you saying the colleges are going to cover the costs? Because that's interesting. I didn't know that were the case. Let's talk a minute about social distancing at home versus at a college. Because he added, this is the other part to this that I find wishful thinking. He says players being safe and taking all the right precautions to try to avoid contracting COVID because their season and teammates depend on it. Are you fucking kidding me, Trevor? Do you really? If Major League Baseball players don't give a shit about their fellow teammates, you really think college kids, whose number one priority is to fucking party, number one, you think that those college kids are going to be more responsible than guys with a job that pays bills? You are an insane young man if you think and believe that. If you think you can count on college kids to do the right thing and not party and not go out and be socially distant and responsible, who are you hanging out with? Nuns and preachers? It ain't happening, bro. And this whole argument of, well, we're safer here than we are at home. No, you're not. Because you have a choice to stay in your house when you are at home and not go be around people. And if you try to tell me, oh, well, that's not fair. I've been doing that shit since the middle of March. I don't leave this fucking house. I've left 3 times to do shows, and the rest of the time I leave to go grocery shop, and that's it. Ask anybody. I mean, I've been invited to Kobo's how many times, and I don't go because it's not socially responsible yet. Because I'm nervous, because I'm scared. I don't want to get my wife sick. I don't want to get sick. So don't sit there and tell me that you can rely on college kids to do the right thing when you've got adults in and out of sports that don't do the right thing. It's a ridiculous argument. That's number one. Number two, you can't rely on people on the other team to do the right thing. So everybody that plays for Clemson might be like, hey, guys, let's all pinky swear. All right, nobody's going to go out. Nobody's going to be around anybody. We're going to leave our dorm room, go to the football field, practice, go back, and then game time, we just leave the dorm room, go play the football game, go back in. We're socially distant. We're not out chasing ass or getting drunk or going to movies or none of that stuff. It's studying football, and that's it. And not around anybody else. Shit ain't happening, but let's assume that they all said that. What about the other teams? Maybe they're not as into it. Maybe the kid that's third string left tackle for Georgia Tech could give a fuck less about social distancing or football. He just wants to get drunk and party. But he gets in the game on special teams and gets somebody sick because he didn't know. It's not been 5 days. Now what? You can't rely on anybody else to do the right thing, including your teammates. It's a ridiculous argument. If that's what you're standing on, it ain't happening. Now, if you want to talk about protocols to help prevent, okay, but the risk is still there. And here's what I would ask him, Trevor Lawrence. Here's what I would ask Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh, excuse me, and everybody else that is lobbying to have college football happen. 2 questions I have for you. 1, who do you think college presidents should listen to? Football coaches and football players who don't know shit about shit when it comes to this pandemic, or medical professionals that are advising the presidents to cancel or postpone the season? That's question 1. Who should they listen to? Question 2 is, what are you going to do and how are you going to feel? And what are you going to say to the parents of a kid that gets it and dies because you had to play football? All it takes is one. And don't give me that shit, well, there's 1,000 athletes. If that one athlete is your son and he dies because one of his teammates got COVID and he's got asthma and that teammate was irresponsible and didn't tell anybody because he didn't want to get in trouble and this, that, and the other, what do you tell that kid's parents? Because you had to play football because you're selfish. Because that's what it comes down to. That's all this is about, is selfishness. I'm exhausted after that. That made me mad though. I don't understand that. I don't understand this argument, this desire to force this when it's not necessary yet. Play in the spring. I did black out, Donna. I don't know. It's sometimes I lose it. By the way, we're 7 away from hitting 100. I know we can do this. Somebody go tweet that very, somebody go tweet, I'm going to shave my taint live on YouTube. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's false advertising. Because I'm not shaving my taint live. I'm going to do that in the privacy of my own bathroom. Oh, look. House, you need to clip all the rants you go on. Well, if you thought it was a good rant, just let me know. I had somebody reach out. I think Brandon Martinez said, hey, I was watching this show, episode 63, at about 1 hour and 30 minutes in. You need to clip that. And again, I ask you guys. If you have a part of this show that you like, please tell me. If you're like, yo, I really liked the college football rant, tell me. And I will clip it and put it on YouTube and Facebook and use it to help promote the show. I don't know what's good and what's not. I just talk and try to have fun and make you laugh. That's it. And then, rant a little. So, yeah. If you like stuff like that, message me on the Discord, message me on Twitter, message me here and be like, yep, clip that. Or somebody just write it down and send it to me and I'll clip it later. I need to know what's going on with Jen. Demetrius said, what was Barry just talking about? I was reading the comments. Yeah, what did I miss? I feel like I missed a lot of good chat. Is Jen getting drunk somewhere? Is that what I'm to understand? Because she's my rock, okay? I can't have Jen out of control. She's definitely my rock. Okay, let's continue. We still have to talk about H-Town's own Derrick Lewis. Because I don't know if you guys know this. Okay, hold on. No. Pause. Boop. Put a pause on. I need like a fake pause on the screen where I can just go, boop. I'll miss it every time. But we have somebody disagreeing with me. And I love this. This is the whole point of having a chat, so you guys can interact with me as opposed to radio where it was a one-way communication. If you guys have feedback, I love that. So TJ McLaughlin said, no disrespect, Barry, but how much risk is acceptable and how much is not? And is the amount applicable to other things like heart issues that hurt athletes in college often as well? Here's the thing, though. The heart issue, we'll start with that one, is a personal choice and decision, right? So if you know you have a heart murmur or you know you have heart issues and you choose to play, the only one you're putting at risk is yourself. You're not putting the health of other teammates and old coaches who might be in their 60s or 70s and have diabetes or be cancer survivors or whatever it is, asthma. You're not putting other players at risk. You're putting yourself at risk. The problem is when you force everyone to play or allow them to play, and yes, you try to implement guidelines, it's college. I promise you, if Major League Baseball players aren't social distancing, what makes you think, and that's like what Plesac is 24, Zach Plesac, and he got busted for it? You think a 19-year-old college kid is going to socially distance himself and not chase ass in the prime of his college life? You're crazy, TJ. But you say how much risk is acceptable and how much is not. If there is a chance that someone could get sick and die, then the risk is not acceptable. And yes, if they play during the midst of a pandemic, there is a chance that people could get sick and die. And I know that the pundits and the anti-maskers and this is just the flus want to tell you that that's not true. But all I would ask you to do is talk to people in the medical profession that are on the front lines. Talk to people that see it every day, and they will tell you that it's true. Don't give me this. I don't want to hear from a Harbaugh on medical issues. I don't want to hear from Trevor Lawrence on a medical issue. I want to hear from a doctor at Ben Taub. I want to hear from a doctor. There was a doctor that came on one of the news programs, and he was out of San Antonio area. And he talked about the fact that their normal wait time for a bed at ICU was hours, and it's now become days. And they are literally waiting for people to die so that they could put new people in those beds in ICU, only to wait for them to die to do it again. This is real. This is not some made up, fantasy thing that's not killing people. And I know people are like, well, the flu kills how many versus the COVID. Fine. But the fact is, the flu isn't a pandemic anymore. And we are in the midst of a pandemic with COVID with no cure, no vaccine, and no chance of fighting it other than social distancing and staying away from people to help prevent and limit the spread. Those are the facts. Those are facts. So to answer your question, the acceptable risk is as long as you're not risking the life and health of somebody else. And you can't guarantee that if you allow these kids to play. That's a fact. And then the whole heart thing, again, that's a personal choice for that kid to make. But if I go out to the club and yeah, maybe I do get some ass. Maybe she has COVID and I don't know it. And now I bring it back to my team and practice. I've put my whole squad at risk. So I hope that answers the question. He said, TJ said, my question isn't COVID related, it's risk related. I'm in the medical field and know that zero risk is never a medical possibility. I mean, where'd it go? I feel like I answered it. I mean, the risk of yeah, but again, if you're having these kids play, there's a risk involved in that, TJ. There's an unnecessary risk. Jimmy John said the difference in the heart condition scenario and the COVID scenario is that is legal. People are suing other people for spreading COVID. Heart condition only affects the individual. I didn't realize people are suing other people. That's pretty wild. I didn't hear about that. That's kind of crazy, actually. But yeah. Okay, so let's move on. We've said our piece. If you had something else. All right. I do want to talk about Derrick Lewis because he is a national local treasure. And yes, Truck and Taco, we are 6 away from 100. We're at 94. Come on, gang. We can do it. Oh, fuck. 93. Someone bailed. I guess they didn't like the COVID rant. Well, you're not going to please everybody, at least that person. Derrick Lewis is a national treasure, you guys. He's also pretty good at fighting. Look at some of the stuff he accomplished over this weekend with his victory. He's now 15 victories in the UFC heavyweight competition. It's tied with Junior Dos Santos for third most in the division history. Orlovsky has 18 and Frank Mir has 16. So he is literally 3 wins away from the all-time heavyweight win record in the UFC. Pretty fucking nasty. He's got 11 stoppage victories in the heavyweight division. That is tied again with Andrei Orlovsky, Gabriel Gonzaga, and Stefan Struve. For second most in the division, Frank Mir has 13. So he's only 2 away from that. 11 knockout victories in UFC competition, tied for second most in company history behind my man, Vitor Belfort. And then, where'd it go? Oh, damn it. Where'd my slides go? I'm not done. 11 knockout victories in UFC heavyweight competition, most in division history. So he is now has the most knockouts in the heavyweight division and his 11 knockout victories in UFC competition since 2014, tied with Thiago Santos for the most among active fighters in the organization. When I tell you that Derrick Lewis is the real deal, when I tell you that is a bad man, I mean, that's a bad man. When you think about the fact that this dude knocks people out in many different ways, ground and pound, straight up just punches, like watching, did we hit 100? Oh, yeah. I'm going to show y'all some titty for that. Nope. I'm not showing here. Maybe I'll give you a little side boob action. I got a mole on one of these. You can see it's like a nipple. I don't know. I feel like I should give you something. Do you guys want to watch me shave my taint? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The new people that showed don't go anywhere. We hit 100 though. I fucking love you guys. I know we could get to 100. I know it. And damn it, we only got 15 minutes left, but god damn it, we did it. But when I tell you Derrick Lewis is a bad man, you need only watch a few of his fights when you see that most punches you have to be able to throw with some distance and some force using hips and feet and everything else to be able to knock people out. But Derrick Lewis is so strong. He can not only take a guy like a black belt that has mount and just lift him off and move him, which I have video of that when he was first starting out his pro career. But not only can he do that, but he can punch from a small distance and still knock a dude out. It is disgusting. It is unbelievable. And if you have not watched Derrick Lewis fight, you need to do that. Here's the scary thing. Derrick Lewis says he wants to lose weight. Fucking what? If that dude drops 20 pounds like he's threatening to do after this fight, oh my God. He wants to fight at 245. That's scary because his cardio is going to improve. His stamina is going to improve. He won't lose any strength. Because all the muscle that he has, all the strength he has doesn't come from the weight. It comes from his muscle. That other stuff is fat. I don't know if you know how that works. I would show you my titties to prove the point, but it's all fat. And there's some muscle under there. Derrick Lewis is a bad man. He's a strong dude. And I'm telling you, here's the crazy thing. Daniel Cormier is going to fight Stipe Miocic one more time. And he might win. And if he does, they're saying he's probably going to retire. And I feel like Cormier is the only guy in this heavyweight division that Derrick Lewis can't beat right now. And I love Derrick Lewis, and I've already reached out to Bob, who said he's going to ask Derrick to come on the show. So I'm hoping he does. But there is not another man in that division that Derrick Lewis can't beat. Because Derrick Lewis has the power to knock anyone in the division out. But I just think that Cormier's wrestling is at such a high level. It's not just BJJ black belt stuff. The wrestling and the abilities that Daniel Cormier has is so far above everything else. It's almost not fair, which is why he was able to do what he was able to do in two different divisions. But I think Derrick Lewis can beat any other man in that division. And if Daniel Cormier decides to retire, I think Derrick Lewis has at least one more run at a title in him and will get another shot. I firmly believe he might get another shot if Cormier is there. Just because he's on a 3-fight win streak, he's going to be the knockout king in that division. And when I texted Bob Perez, who's his trainer, Crew Bob, he even told me, he was like, bro, we only have 3 more wins to break the UFC record. Don't think that they're not eyeing that. Don't think for 1 second that they're not after that. It's going to be fun to watch, man. It's going to be fun to watch. Brandon Gary said, how about an extra half hour to celebrate 100 viewers? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, the Tyson fight was canceled. I didn't see that. It was supposed to happen September 12th. Wow. Well, that sucks. That's what happens when you get old, people. Okay, so half hour. Let me see how much content I have left. Don't you hate people that do that? It's like, you fucking gross, man. Don't lick your finger and then touch the... We got to read that book together, man. Barry's too sober for extra time. No one has sent me shop money yet. No one has sent me shop money. I will say, Danny Ariano, you did send me a super chat. I'm sorry I didn't get to it earlier. Thank you for your super chat. It's very much appreciated. Danny said, COVID-19 can eat a cactus. That was aggressive, Danny. That was very, very aggressive. But I'm with you. Fuck COVID-19 as a staff, record label, and as a crew. And if you're down with COVID-19, then fuck you too. Here you go. I'm going to do a shot just for you guys. No money needed. No super chat needed. It's because I love you and because y'all got us to 100. Fuck yeah. We hit 100 views. We're at 102. If you're just tuning in, fuck it. Let's drink. It's Monday. Who gives a shit? Yeah, I'm drinking Conor McGregor's proper number 12. That's for Brandon Gary. I know you want an extra half hour. How about this, Brandon? Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to go until I run out of all the stuff on my list. That might be 4:15. It might be 4:30. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Oh, shit. Truck and Taco, you're the man. You did not have to do that. But thank you. He said, shot. It's going to be a good one for you, Truck and Taco. But this is to everybody. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. We may go to 5 now. Shit. That's strong. That's good stuff. I wonder why that's coming through. That's weird. That's the oh yeah is coming through the speakers and not through the show. Well, we'll figure it out. Okay. So we talked a little about Derrick Lewis. One more thing I wanted to talk about in regards to the NBA. Did you know that their players are snitching now? Oh, fuck me. Danny, you're killing me, bro. Hold on. Danny just said make it a double. God damn it. All right. This just because, Danny. Just because.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys hearing the oh, yeah? Because it's not coming through my headphones. Oh, I think I know why. I think I fixed it now. Okay. Here you go, Danny. This is because you said so. All right? Cheers to you, my friend. Oh, boy. That shit is... Whew. That proper number 12 is not great. Oh, God damn it. Chris Adams. You guys are trying to get me fucked up. All right, I'm going to do the Whitmire's Peach. This is it, though. No more. Chris Adams, love you, buddy. Thank you for the super chats. You guys are all fucking awesome. This is it, though. No more.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. Shit, I'm going to be hammered. And those weren't little shots either, okay? I got me an extra Diet Coke. All right, let's get into this real quick because basketball players are snitching on each other, which I find hilarious, by the way. Basketball players are out here using the NBA hotline to tattle on each other. They're legitimately snitching on each other. Crispy Haynes reported on to TNT last Thursday that multiple players have been actually calling the hotline to tell on each other. There were some jokes about who would be using the hotline, but it turns out many players are taking matters seriously and don't view it as snitching, quote unquote, because of how much is at stake and how much of a total cooperation is required. It seems like there was a guy with a YouTube show that just said that. I recall a guy saying that you can't trust the players that you play with. And the NBA even knew that, so they set up a hotline to allow people to snitch on each other because they're like, look, this shit is serious and people can fucking die. And if you're violating the rules and you're breaking them, then damn it, we need to know about it. And we want the players to take it serious.
Oh, yeah.
We want the players. Why am I not hearing this? I don't understand that. I don't know. I should be hearing the oh yeahs. They're not coming through. But they're like, we want this taken serious. So they have the hotline, and you can have the hotline in college. It's not going to help. All right. Crystal College, thank you for the super chat, sweetie. She said, do you really start drinking at 2 every day? From Sean. I mean, kind of. The deckheads are all in on day drinking. Let me tell you what. I have made more money because of the deckheads encouraging me to day drink and be an alcoholic. It's almost like if I was an alcoholic stripper. But like instead of taking my clothes off, I just expose my dignity. That's what it's kind of like. Is they're like, hey, here's $3, become an alcoholic. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And then I do it. And then here we are. I'm shit-faced and then they're like, yeah. No, Hugh, listen, no more. I have done real shots, okay? I have. All right, here's the question. Here's what I'm going to ask you, okay? Because we just did my last sports topic with the NBA snitching. So I have no more sports topics to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
That was Hugh's. By the way, I moved the super chat up to the top so you guys can see it up there. But that was Hugh's super chat. He said, real shot. Take a real shot. Here's what I'm going to offer you. This is my final offer. All right? I'm going to let the deckheads decide in the chat. Would you rather me drinking one more shot and that's it, or go until I run out of stuff to talk about today? It's your choice. I can take this last shot and we can be done at 4 o'clock, or I can not take that shot and we can talk about, where's my other topics? Smart speakers, how men shower, and a cat baby. Your choice. I'm giving you the choice right now. Shot or run out of material. Oh, wow. So we've got go until you run out, but I'm going to take a shot. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Chug the rest of the bottle. Bro, you listen, Charles Garza, I love you. You can go fuck yourself. I'm not. Are you shitting me? Which one? No way I'm chugging either one of these sons of bitches. First of all, that's way too much to chug. And that's way, I will be fucking dead, bro. I'm not chugging the rest of that. So we got votes for 2 shots. Shot till you run out. Bury your solo all week. Don't blow your load on Monday. Hey, let me tell you what. I may not be that good at this job, okay? I may not be the best solo host of a show that you've ever watched. One thing that I can do is talk. I am not worried about running out of shit to talk about. First of all, I have the deckheads that supply plenty of material in the chat at any single moment that I can talk about ad nauseum. That's number one. Number two, I just fucking pull up Twitter and look at what's trending and talk about it. Trust me, Virginia Buttonweed, I will not run out of things to say in a 2-hour show. That's 10 hours a week. I can talk for 10 hours a week. I promise you that. Can I drink for 10 hours a week? Nope. Look, I drink. It's already hit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so it looks overwhelming that you guys want me to go. Peter McCanny says, I need to know how men shower, Barry. It's not good. It's not pretty. We're going to discuss it. I'm going to go until I run out of material. So no more shots. That's it. No more shots. The people have voted. We need wine time. Oh my God. Wine is awful, Deanna. Wine is, ugh. Which Francisco Abarca, if you guys need wine advice, hit up Francisco, fellow deckhead. He knows his shit. Wine is fucking terrible. Jeff Bell says, take a shot. Oh, can we talk about Jeff Bell for a second? I'm not going to take a shot, Jeff, because the people voted. And first of all, thank you for your super chat.
Oh,
you are the man. You know you are my personal hero, Jeff Bell. You know I love you to death, and I appreciate your generosity very much so. But Jeff Bell went and helped Brandon Martinez this weekend. It was you, right, Brandon? Jeff Bell has now helped me and fellow deckhead Brandon Martinez with issues. What I love about this community and this family that we have built is that if you're on the Discord and you need help, your deckheads will help you. I love it. And Jeff Bell right now is the leader in the clubhouse with helping deckheads. He really is. He went out there, helped him figure out some shit that's going on. Is going to give him a bid on replumbing the whole house. But when I tell you Jeff Bell is a good dude, but there's so many. Josh, also, well, he might be tied because he's helped a couple of deckheads too, including me. But 713 Hooligan didn't just help me, went out and helped D-Mata move some shit. Guys, this family that we have built, mwah, it's fucking amazing. It is. It's really amazing. All right. So Charles Garza said shot and keep going plus another shot later. No. I'm doing a podcast at 8 o'clock tonight. From 8 to 10, I'm doing Kuagenti's show. I can't be shit-faced to do somebody else's show. It's not happening. And it's not a 50-50 split. It was pretty obvious that everybody wanted me to do the material. Which, by the way, I'm already like half-baked off of the shots that I have taken. Thank you very much. But thank you for the super chat, Charles Garza. It was very generous of you. That's very kind of you. How much to get you to shotgun a beer? Chris Adams wants to know. Chris, MrBeerChronicles.com. I would do that. I've never in my life have I shotgunned a beer. But I'll tell you what. One Friday, I will shotgun a beer. Live on the show, just to see how bad it goes. It will be live. Honest to God, I swear to you on my life, I have never shotgunned a beer. I know you poke a hole in it, and then you pop the top, and you drink it. That's all I know. I'll have to watch some videos on how to do it. I have never shotgunned a beer in my life. But I'll do it. One day I'll do it. And yeah, wine is potent, bro. I don't fuck with wine. That's nasty shit. Get a nice light beer. Yeah, I definitely won't be shotgunning like an angry bastard and nothing like that. I'll shotgun a Bud Light. A bottle. Yo, like poke a hole in it, shatter the glass. Total said, I love this family and enjoy killing them on Call of Duty. Man, I'm telling you, the deckheads, what we've built, this family we have, unbelievable. It's amazing. If a deckhead needs help and another fellow deckhead knows how to help, they're going to. It's so great. And don't even get me started on the fact that we're all going to the food bank this Saturday. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I need to make a note. We need to talk in detail tomorrow about the food bank and how you guys can volunteer and come hang out with me and the rest of your fellow deckheads and actually help the city of Houston at the same time. So I'll get to that tomorrow. That's not on the agenda today. We do have some more stuff to talk about, though, on the agenda today, and I need to run through it. So let's talk a little bit about, look, this is for Katie. PK said she wants to know about how men shower. So let's talk about, whoops, that's the alcohol. Listen, when I tell you that this is accurate as fuck, PK, this is so spot on. This is how men shower. Deep scrub, all right? If you have a beard, you clean it. Your hair, if you have hair, you really wash it. Underarms, we get after it. Balls and taint and butthole. The BTB. We clean the shit out of the BTB. Like legitimately the shit. And yes, some of your men have shit on their balls. They wipe the wrong way. They go back to front. It's weird. I don't know why they do that. But that's how men shout. That is this right here. This 100% fact. We clean the underarms, we clean the ball area and the taint, and then the rest of it is like, water will get it. Water will knock that off. Yes, and I would agree with you, Josh. 713 Hooligan, VB, nicest guy ever. Great dude. All the deckheads are great. But that's how dudes shower. Now, Deanna Taylor wants to know, do we use a wash rag or no wash rag? No wash rag. Soap in the hand. Clean the balls, clean the tank, clean the butthole. I'm out. That's it. Nobody, you know who uses a wash rag? Old people and chicks. Old men use a wash. I remember going to my grandparents' house. And I would take this. The only time I really ever took a bath was at my grandparents'. I don't know why, but they would be like, here's your wash rag. And I'd be like, what the fuck is the wash rag for? It's to wash. I'm like, who uses a wash rag? I'm a soap. Put the soap in the hands. Now, I will say this. My wife has started buying me foaming soap from Dove. And oh my God, it's amazing. I feel like a princess. You do a little pump with the foam in the hand and you just foam it up and it's the best. Loofah. Who's using a loofah, Joshua Watt? Bro, a loofah. Get the fuck out of here. No self-respecting man uses a loofah. I'm sorry. If you disagree, I could say some things about you that would get me canceled, but I'm not going to do it. But no self-respecting man uses a loofah. Straight up, just soap on the body. Straight. I mean, the foaming soap is really nice. You get a good lather. I don't know why Jen said this. Team single, y'all are fucking nasty. We're washing. Okay? Look, Jen. We wash the two places, the two areas that cause the most odor. Underarms, crotch, the crotchoral region. All right? You clean your balls, you clean your taint, you clean your butthole, you clean your underarms, you wash your hair, you can get the fuck out the shower. Brush your teeth. What's wrong? Like, what? Now, unless you're a fat dude, then you probably need to wash under your titties. Let's be real. Fat guys, you need to wash under your titties. And if you have a big gut, you need to get under the crease. You know, like where that belt line impression is. You need to wash that area too. But, you know, normal dudes that aren't fat don't need to wash under their titties. That's it. Underarms, balls, taint, butthole, wash your hair, get the fuck out. We got shit to do. We got yards to mow and sports to watch. We're not gross yet. She said team single. That's so funny. I use a loofah with the knot bar of soap. You guys, all these dudes are using loofahs? Deanna, one time I was at my buddy's and they didn't even own wash rags. So I used one of their dish rags and they threw it in the garbage. What? That's just weird. Can we just be honest? That's fucking weird, all right? That is super weird. Okay, so that's how, PK, if you wanted to know, Team Loofah. Keith, you're a weirdo. Keith Sager is a weirdo. You may have been first in the chat, but you are last in the weirdo department. Loofah and men's body wash. Yes, sir. Santos is a creep. We know. Cologne, I'm out. No. Men don't wear cologne anymore. If you're over the age of 25, stop wearing cologne. Stop using a loofah. Stop wearing a cologne. A cologne? Ooh. These shots. Stop wearing cologne. Stop using a loofah. It's just weird, okay? It's a fact. It's just fucking weird. All right, so that's how men shower. I do have more to get to. I have more shit for you. including, are your smartphone speakers listening to you? Well, the title of the slide is Mind Your Own Business, Google. A new study from the researchers at Northeastern University and the Imperial College of London, which sounds completely made up. It sounds like that's where Darth Vader's army goes to college, the Imperial College of London. It found that speakers might be listening more often than you even think. And I know, look, I'm not stupid. I know you guys already are like me where you're like, that motherfucker's listening. I know my listen, I know for a fact that Instagram and Facebook listen to my phone. Because I guarantee you I'm going to have ads on my phone about body wash and loofahs. I guarantee you, because my phone's been here the whole time. It's creepy as fuck, but that's going to happen. But they're taking it a step further. The researchers played 134 hours of Netflix content to see how often Amazon, Google, and Microsoft and Apple smart speakers recorded their audio unexpectedly. And it said it happens when a device thinks it hears a wake command like, "Hey Siri." The study found all 12 television shows caused speakers to wake up. For some devices, the misactivations happened almost once an hour. Wow, that is pretty nasty. When you think about the fact that you're at home, you're minding your own business, you're watching TV, you're watching something on Netflix, your smart speaker becomes activated. You may not even know it, but it's listening. That is a scary proposition. Now, I will tell you this. I do have a Google smart speaker. I have none of these. I have the small one. But I have a smart speaker. And there are times when it'll just go off on its own and start talking. And I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? But there are other times when maybe my phone will be somewhere else and my wife will, maybe her phone's in the car and we'll talk about something. And then sure enough, we'll see that on our phones later. And I think that's a direct reflection of the smart speaker listening and recording that info and putting it in whatever profile Google has for us to do later. It's scary. Does it mean I'm going to disable the smart speaker? Not really, because here's why. Everybody freaks out about, are they listening? Yeah, they're listening and they're using it to supply you with ads to make money. But until I find out that they're using the information to exploit me, I mean, ads are ads. Or hackers are using it to listen in and get information. I'm not going to freak out that much about it. Yeah, everything is listening and everything is reading. That's a great point, PK. Everything is listening, everything is reading. It's no different than you using the internet. The fact that you browse the interwebs every single day and you take your cell phone with you wherever you go, it's no different. So I know everyone's in a tizzy about the smart speakers. Well, that's fine. If you unplug that, turn this off, never get on the internet again, and then you'll be safe. I should do that again, right, Amos? When I was on the radio, when we did that, oh, that was the best. People be driving around be like, "Hey, Google, open YouPorn." I wonder how many, hold on, I gotta check my phone real quick. I wonder if that would work. Let's see. "Hey, Google." Or is it, "Okay, Google, open YouPorn"? I guess I have that disabled. There you go. Yeah, so your smart speakers are listening and men don't know how to shower. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about before the show is over, see, 4:10, maybe we'll go to 4:15. I had seen an article last week where YouPorn, I don't know. It's like YouTube, but for porn, okay, Charles? You listen, everybody has their own choices, Charles. I get it. You're a Pornhub guy. Blah, whatever. Everybody is. Be different, okay? But there was a story last week. So this couple was banging it out on a daily basis. And they were like, you know, they didn't want to get pregnant because they had already had a baby. And they were like, no more babies. But the lady was like, yeah, I can't take the pill because it fucks with my vajayjay in some way that I don't know because I'm not a female or a doctor. And I really didn't go into details on the article. But they were like, you know what? Their big plan was to use condoms. That's what they were going to do to avoid having a baby for the time being. Well, they also had a cat. All right? And this cat liked to chew on shit. Kind of like Oliver when you put him in the workout room and he goes after the foam pads on the floor. But basically what happened is this cat chewed on the rubbers and poked a bunch of holes in it. They gets to fucking 9 months later, they have a baby. And it wasn't 9 months that they discovered that she was pregnant, but it was a few weeks later. She was hanging out. They were sitting there on the couch and she started throwing up. She had morning sickness and she was like, man, I'm having morning sickness and I'm nauseous and wait a minute. So they were like, oh fuck. Well, she took a pregnancy test and he was like, what could be going on? Well, what happens is this cat, they had like a drawer and a nightstand and this guy kept the condoms in his nightstand drawer, but he had left a couple on the nightstand. Well, the cat likes to get on the nightstand and chew on shit, knock it down and play with it. Well, apparently he played with some of the condoms. The guy didn't know it, just picked the condom up off the floor because he thought the cat knocked it down, put it in the drawer, grabbed it, put it on using this Swiss cheese condom. And a few weeks later, they're pregnant. Moral of the story is don't have sex. Moral of the story is cats are assholes. And now that cat is basically the father of that baby in a long roundabout way. And this is the other thing, Christopher Adams. That's a setup. See, I knew there would be some dudes that thought that she planned that. I don't believe that. She poked holes or cheated. No, Mr. Adams, that doesn't mean that, okay? What it means is cats are assholes and sometimes they chew on stuff. If I find a condom on the floor, I am going to pick it up and probably look at it, but that's just me. But it's kind of fucked up. Look, Deanna Taylor. Oh, right. Blame it on the cat. It probably isn't even his kid. Man, you guys are assholes. You guys really don't think that's his baby? Boy. Not just dudes. I think she's a shady cat lady. That child should be named after the cat. I agree. Be like, oh, this is our oldest, Frank, and this is our youngest, Mittens. That's so fucked up. Okay, that's it. That is all the stuff
that I have for you today. Hey, that was fun. I got through that whole list of stuff. That's good times. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for another fun day. Thank you for hanging out with me for 2+ hours. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your support. Until tomorrow, no guest. I'm solo again. You guys know what to do. Be safe. Be kind. And most importantly, love each other. I'll see y'all tomorrow.